DecoNetwork has a lot of great features and settings that can be configured, but one that must be configured in order to start utilizing the software is shipping methods. Whether your customers are going to pick up or you're going to ship orders, we need to get this setting dialed in so we can start creating accurate quotes and orders and charge the correct amount. So, what I want you to realize is there's a direct integration with ShipStation. ShipStation is essentially the biggest and the best at allowing you to create shipping labels for all the different carriers out there. So here in the States, whether it's FedEx, USPS, or UPS, we have one place where we can create all those labels. And because it's such a big company and so many labels are bought through ShipStation every day, the rates are incredible. So if you don't currently have a ShipStation account, highly recommend signing up for one. It'll get you really great rates, but it's the only one that has the direct integration to allow you to do the two things that you really want. One, charge the customer an accurate price at checkout. Looking at how far is the order traveling? What's the weight of the goods? How big is this all going to be in a box? We can calculate that using the ShipStation integration. Secondly, when it comes time to buy and print the label, we're much better off just putting in the order number in ShipStation, having all the customer's details, and all we have to do is put in the final box dimensions that we're using and buy and print the label. Customers emailed the tracking, the order's marked as ship within DecoNetwork. I cannot recommend using ShipStation enough if you're doing any amount of shipping. So how do we configure this? Well, within ShipStation, we can come over to the account section, and essentially there's two different things going on. We've got to do two different configurations. One, we need to be able to buy and print labels, and two, we need to be able to calculate shipping rates. So let's do step one, which is calculate the rates. Come over here to Account, API Settings, and we are going to generate a V1 API key, and it'll be good for 12 months. So what that's going to do is give us an API key and a secret key. And we will grab these, and we will come into our DecoNetwork Manage Live Shipping, Add Live Shipping Carrier. This is where we can select ShipStation or any of these others. And within ShipStation, we can put in our key, and we'll put in the secret key as well. Again, what that's going to allow us to do is to calculate shipping rates. So after we've enabled this, we can choose which shipping methods we want to offer. Are we going to do first class, priority? Are we going to do overnight? ShipStation is not a carrier. It is not a shipping method. It's a platform. So after we've enabled it, technically as a carrier here, we're going to then select the shipping carriers and methods. So I want to offer first class mail and priority, and we'll do UPS, second day, 3-day, next day, and ground. And we'll click save. Now that we've enabled them, we want to come back to shipping methods, and you can see they're all listed here. And anytime you see arrows in the software, that really means that there's a list order. Which one do we want to be the default? So I'm going to get rid of the standard, the default in here, and maybe I want to go based on cost. Well, first class is going to be cheaper than priority, and then ground, then 2-day, then 3-day. So set your list order. After you've enabled a shipping method, you often want to come into Edit, and this is where you can set the maximum time. So maybe it's 4 total days at max. And then you want to set typically a percentage markup. You do not have to, but if you want to cover your handling cost, cover the packaging and all those little things, put a markup here. Typically 10 to 20% is the standard, but nothing says you have to. You can also choose where this is available. Is this shipping method available to all stores? One other thing kind of forgot about there is we can make a shipping method free at a certain amount. So in this case, I could make UPS ground free once the customer spends or has $200 worth of product in the cart. And what's really cool is when you do it this way, the customer knows how much they have still to spend to get to that free shipping method. So again, that allows us to calculate a shipping price at check or when we're putting together a quote or the customer's checking out. So if we go in, we add a quote, we'll select an item, we will put a size quantity. The only way you're going to calculate a shipping cost is if we know the customer's location. We have to know how far the order is going to travel and if that shipping method is available in their area, their state or zip code. And it'll automatically calculate the shipping price here based on, again, if it's first class priority and so forth. And you can compare the cost of the different ones and how long they will take to arrive. Again, the customer sees the same thing when they are on the checkout page of the shipping section. Okay, so again, that's how we enable the methods. Now, what happens when we get an order and we're ready to process it? Well, we need to come into ShipStation and we first need to make the connection. So we're going to come into Selling Channels, Connect a Store, and we're going to scroll down till we do Custom Store. And we need to put a URL up here. So the URL is going to be from here, Ship Order Sync. There's your URL. Put it right here. Put in your username and password. Now, your username and password, I should clear that up. This is your DecoNetwork username and password. This is how we make the connection. You're putting in your DecoNetwork username and password in ShipStation. That means if you ever update your username and password in DecoNetwork, it will break the ShipStation integration. So keep that in mind. Try never to change the username and password within Deco for your primary staff account. And that way this connection doesn't break. But if you do, that's going to be what happens. The other thing you need to do is put an SS underscore in front of each of the statuses. So it's SS underscore, and that way we can relay the status to DecoNetwork. After you've done all this, test connection, make sure everything is good, click connect, and you will be good to go as long as everything is showing green. Once you've done that, you can come into orders, and as the orders start coming in, you can look them up here. It's a good idea just to simply put in the order number. Once you find that order number, it'll pull it up. You can then put in the final dimensions of the package, the weight, the customer's information. All of that is in here. All you have to do is, again, put that final little thing in. One big tip for you is to create presets. Presets allows us to streamline the process. I want to be able to set the ship from location, the dimensions, the shipping method very easily. So by creating a preset, you can essentially, again, say in this case, this is a 9x12 poly bag. This is the dimensions of the bag. We ship it typically priority mail package from this location. So anytime I need to do this, it's as simple as, okay, we're going to just say it's the 9x12 poly bag. It immediately calculates our price. If I wanted to change, you know what's this going to cost using UPS ground? Well, it's going to go from $7.99 to $6.43, and it'll be there by tomorrow. So that's what's awesome about ShipStation. You get awesome rates, but you can quickly compare how much it would cost and the speed that it would take to get to the customer. Sometimes you can, save money and get the order quicker to the customer. That's the better route to go. Configuring ShipStation is not difficult. It's just really a one-time configuration. Just don't change your username and password, and it works beautifully. The last thing to remember about shipping is sometimes customers pick up, or maybe we launch a store and we want to do a group pickup. Well, we can add custom shipping methods. So I could do something like customer pick up. I can decide, are we going to quote a turnaround or a shipping time if we want? Really don't need to in this case. And set the price. In this, it's $0. Who it's available to. Maybe I don't want it available to everybody. I'm located in Ohio. I'll only make it available to Buckeyes. And I could also choose which stores it's available to. I do not have to make it available to every single store. I can choose to just make it available to specific stores. What I don't want to do, though, is I don't want to send an email to the customer saying, hey, your order has shipped. Anytime that we connect ShipStation, typically you want ShipStation to send the email automatically with the tracking. But if it's a customer pickup, we don't want to send that email. What we want to send is an email that says, hey, come grab your stuff. So what we can do is come into email order templates, email templates, and we can create a new shipped from email. So I could say, okay, this is the customer pickup email. We're going to use it anytime the customer pickup shipping method is selected. And instead of your order has shipped, your order is ready to be picked up. The following items have been shipped. No, the following items are ready to be picked up at your location. So, and then typically, and you're going to put your address in there. And then typically you're going to say, you can come Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And your customer will still come at 6 p.m. and ask why you're not there. But by doing this and saving it, anytime that you select customer pickup or the customer does when they're checking out, we're going to use that email. And when we mark the order as shipped, they're going to be told, hey, come grab it. We're ready for you. If you have any questions on how to configure the shipping methods or ShipStation or anything else within DecoNetwork, simply come up to the top here. You will find many great help articles and support videos. If they don't do enough, come over to the question mark, raise the support ticket with client services. They are always available to help you whenever you have a question. Thank you.